What is up, everyone? This is SwordKing090, and this is going to be Operation Dome number 117th episode of the Operation Dome series, where it's going to be a series that my friends and I were going to be encasing in the tower world in glass and glass panes, and we still got a lot of work to do, but that is nothing new. Once we are done with Operation Dome, we will move on to Operation Bedrock, and we will work on that for a complete month, and I cannot wait for that. I honestly cannot. More live streaming opportunities if it's going to come over to Operation Bedrock, but that's going to be another story. I just want to give a little bit of a heads up of what I really want to do in Operation Bedrock. Give me more motivation to actually get that done quickly. So in today's episode is that RCT Hipster has been online. He's been very busy throughout the past few months because he's got a new job and he's been busy, and whenever he's ready to speak, he can do so. So until then is that I'm going to be the one actually doing a little bit of commentary here. That's pretty much what is expected. Anyways, so what's been going on in the weeks that I'm still really procrastinating on everything, on my assignments, on my homework, on my schoolwork, and as well as everything else along the matters of that. So I really need to pick up the pace on my end, and as well as that, for now I am getting a lot of second thoughts within the computer that I really want to buy. The thing is that when I actually made the video on Operation Bedrock talking about the parts, nobody even answered. Nobody answered whatsoever when I asked about the computer itself, whether that it's a great computer or if I could get some better parts or things like that. Nobody said anything about that. So I'm kind of in the dark right now. I have to rely on my friends to help me on this one. So when they said that the computer is great, one of the things that my other friends did say that, well, some of the parts may not even work with each other. So when he said that, I'd taken a second look and, well, like right then and there, the memory cards that I bought for or I was going to buy, I gotta be careful with how I'm saying this, otherwise it'll sound like I already bought it. The RAM or the memory cards, however we want to call it, I'm still a noob at computer building, or attempted to computer build. Well, the RAM that I actually wanted to buy for the motherboard was actually not compatible. So that would have been extremely awkward to actually get the motherboard and the RAM that was supposed to go with the motherboard would have not worked. And not only that, the processor that I wanted to buy would have not actually fit in the motherboard itself too. So I would have not gotten any farther than that. And especially with the motherboard only being a replacement type of warranty or policy, the return policy for the motherboard itself is that it's only replacements, so I cannot return it for a refund if it wasn't going to work. So I would have been stuck with a useless motherboard at that point. So I'm just glad that I've been talking to my friends to help me out with building a computer, so it'd be, well, kind of nice to actually try to do something like that for once. People have expensive hobbies. Some people like to buy cars, some people like to build parts for cars or soup up their cars, and then there are the people who want to soup up their computers. So I'm probably going to be in that category, but I got to actually make sure that everything actually, well, works with each other. If not, then it's just going to be a lot of computer chips and parts that do not even work with each other, and it's just going to be more money wasted down the drain. But one of the things I actually am second guessing myself is, do I really want to actually buy parts to build a computer, or do I want to go to a website and have the computer be built for me and ordering parts from there? Yes, it's going to be more expensive, due to the fact that, of course, that if you were to actually go to a website and have them build a computer for you, you're paying for the service, you're paying for the labor, and of course that the parts that they have, they will just bump up a few percentage. Because if I were to look for the same parts on a different website, it would be cheaper to actually buy the parts. But again, you're paying for the labor and you're paying for the warranty. So in that aspect, it's a little bit more ideal and it's a little bit more safe to actually go with a website if you want to spend a little extra money. Like my father even told me, like, if you were to go to a website for them to build a computer, they're going to have the warranty on there. Because if they mess up, it's their responsibility to fix it. But if you mess up in building your own computer, there is no warranty that comes with it. If you were to break something, if you were to accidentally have a little bit of static in there and then you were to fry up the parts, you cannot return it. So, yeah, I am not that self-confident in myself to, like, be put onto the hands of something that's so expensive. I would not mind actually doing it myself, but I just don't want to mess up. Knowing me, something may go wrong. And if it does go wrong, then all that money I invested in that computer would be pretty much for naught, and I would be in a deeper financial hole. So ultimately, I may actually go ahead and go to a website and actually build my computer. I only know a few websites. I know there's Cybertron, and as well as there are CyberPower PC, and I forgot there were some other websites that allow you to build your computer. I know I went to Dell for just to see what they have, because I use Dell computers, and of course they're all pre-built and you can only upgrade to what they have to give you. And I looked somewhere parts of the website and I couldn't find anything about building your own computer from scratch. So I'm guessing that's out of the question now. But for now, I probably will check out a few websites. If you guys know any other websites I could actually build my computer in, let me know in the comment section below. Alright, so that's a lot of computer talk. And why am I actually trying to buy a brand new computer? Well, it's because this computer is already outdated. I've already had it for pretty much 3 years, and the parts in it itself is pretty outdated. As I said earlier, I'm going a little bit of more redundancy as I already said it, but it's that I want to have a computer that will be able to actually do 5 things. This computer is actually pretty nice. It came from Dell no less, and I spent $1,800 on it, but now that when I looked at it, it's like, yeah, I really need an upgrade. Is that I need a computer that will be able to do the live streaming, to do editing, to do, well, media, pretty much a media computer, anything that's involving with media, just having a lot of windows in the background, and as well as having a lot of programs being run at the same time without any complications or lag or blue screen of death. I do get some blue screens off of this computer still every once in a while if something is just overloaded. If there's just too many things that the computer cannot handle at that given point, then it will actually cause a blue screen. But either way, it's probably because it kind of overheated maybe. I don't even know. I pretty much need a lot of new things that are updated, upgraded, and fine. Just for live streaming, recording, editing, just relaxation, and of course gaming. So that if I want to actually play a video game at a good old maybe 200 frames per second, I don't even know if there's going to be a difference. I'm okay with going with 60 frames. I honestly am. So I don't mind going any further or any less. But mainly, I want to be able to actually live stream without any stuttering or without any complications, because I cannot actually live stream at 720p at 60 frames per second. The highest I will be able to go is 720p and 30 frames. I tried to go 1080p with 30 frames, but even then I was getting a lot of complications. Even with the Elgato. The Elgato is great. There's a lot of like no lag whatsoever, and as well as that everything is just right on point. But when it came to actually trying to work with it while actually doing some live streaming, whether it be XSplit or what's it called on YouTube itself, or even from the program itself, there was some little bit of stuttering that happened in there. So Elgato is pretty great. It is very, very great. I'm recording in 1080p with 60 frames per second, and well, just trying to use it for live streaming, it's my computer that's being at fault here. I don't have enough bandwidth, and as well as there are some glitches that happen every once in a while. So that's one of the main reasons why I actually want to buy a brand new computer, so that I'll be able to deal with all of that and then some. Probably go with a tiny little graphics card. I know that there's the Tesla. I would really love to buy one, but the Tesla itself is $4,100 last time I checked, and it's a super RAM. It's so super. It's like that's gonna be one of the things I would actually buy if I were to be able to have like a income of $100,000 a year. I would totally spend 1/4 of that on a brand new computer, just cause I want to see how powerful I can actually make a computer. Just with 128 gigabytes, or it would be 256 at that point if they actually do that. But I would just imagine myself winning a lottery and then calling up the company, like one of the computer building companies, and told them, give me the best parts, absolutely best parts, #1 best parts you could actually buy, and build it for me. And I would love to see what they came up with, and then they could actually just like plaster that all over the website, like saying that we built this computer. It would be like a world record setting computer. That'd be kind of nice though. I'm not talking about like a supercomputer where it's like the server size type of deal. I'm talking about like a personal computer world record. Just be like the person in, like, was it Switzerland, I think, that has the fastest internet in the world? They have their mark. I'll have the best computer in the world for at least that year. The next year, they're going to come up with something better. Just going to enjoy the moments here and there. I'm just thinking some random thoughts now.
Oh, I found a sand vault.
Sand vault? Are you talking about the one at
the map?
Oh, I think that's SMOs. So let me go ahead and check just to make sure, because I know SMOs
It's got two double chests full of sand.
Well then, that's going to be very, very helpful, so that we could actually get more of the chest full. We just need to get a lot of birch wood so that we could actually get more glass, and then we could actually make that into glass panes, and then afterwards we could do the walls furthermore, and then eventually the ceiling. I just cannot wait till this is done. I really cannot. I know that it's been going on for longer than it should have at this point, but life. If I was able to make enough income off of YouTube to sustain myself and to not actually have to maintain the part job, like, I don't know if it's considered part-time job or full-time job when it's about 30 to 40 hours a week. Is that part-time or full-time?
It's part-time.
Yeah, okay, so let's go with part-time then. So with the part-time, that's pretty much where a lot of my hours are going into. I would not mind going to school, but then when I come back home and then I only have like 2 hours or even less before I have to go to work, there's not much work could actually be done in the series. When I first started off with Operation Bedrock and Operation Dome, I pretty much had no work. I had little to no classes, so I didn't have that many responsibilities, so we would spend at least 8 hours or 12 hours a day on working on the world. But now, life. I'm back down at least 1 to 2 hours, unless it's my day off. But on my day off, I try to actually get some more work done, whether it be video recording or possibly even doing a live stream, because I really want to do live streams every week, once a week. I don't know exactly if it's going to be like a set schedule, but just once a week is fine. So glass panes is over here. And there's some stuff over here. There's some glass panes in this chest that I found, but I don't have my map. I was going blind to try to find you. Oh, you're way over there.
I'm at the treehouse. I'm at the treehouse now.
Oh, okay. Well, we could just move everything else.
Do you have any iron ingots? I was gonna go looking for sand. Oh, nope, found them.
So yeah.
Can I borrow one of these diamond shovels that don't have fortune?
Well, is it broken?
Nope, brand new.
Alright, you could use it.
I'm just getting into the habit of asking before taking.
It's a polite thing to do. Do you know how to actually terraform land?
Yeah.
Alright then, we'll be good. And this is going to be another test to see how well that the audio and my commentary will sync up with somebody else speaking. Because it's been a while since I've actually had anyone in this world. So I'm testing out with the Elgato whether or not if it actually picks up on his voice. And if it picks up on his voice, it'd be great. And if it doesn't, then it's going to be awkward. I'm probably going to have to do a little bit of subtitles as I can remember how the conversation went. That's exactly what happened when I had Sticky Tack onto one of my worlds. Like, he was talking, but since I forgot to adjust the audio, no one could actually hear him. So, pretty much, I had to remember exactly how the conversation went, and I put that in the subtitles. He was impressed that I was able to actually remember all of the words he said.
Yeah, it's a bit crazy.
So that's going to be another thing. But yeah, I plan on actually trying to do a live stream a week. Mainly, I'm going to focus on Operation Bedrock when it comes to live streaming, because there's a lot more things could actually be done on Operation Bedrock, especially when I'm killing the wither skeletons. So that's more to see than just me running around trying to look for sand and trying to just terraform land little by little. So to me, to compare those two, Operation Bedrock killing the wither skeletons will be more exciting than watching me in Operation Dome gathering sand. And that'll be another thing to actually test out, whether or not if the audio and my commentary will be synced up when more people are speaking while I'm recording with the, well, Elgato. That's another thing I really want to test out now. So let's see if it actually plays well. If not, then I'm going to have to delay my commentary about a few seconds, or that if people are understanding, then it's just going to be that type of deal where it's going to be a lot of delayed moments. But it's going to be awkward if we were both having a conversation at the same time and we just keep talking over each other. But in any case, I want to say one last thing about the computer. One of the main reasons why I am very hesitant of actually going along with buying the computer is because it is still a huge investment that's coming out of my own pocket. Like, I did say I wanted to go with $2,000, but then when I looked at some of the parts, it's like a lot of these parts won't even be as good as I thought they would. So I had to stretch my budget up to $3,000 and at the most $4,000. Because these parts are pretty well impressive and pretty well made. But if I were to actually spend all that much money, it's still going to be a huge investment out of my pocket. It's going to cost me a good 4 to 5 months of labor at my part-time job to actually pay that off. So it's going to be a doozy. It's going to be an absolute doozy. And one of the main things, or one of the main other things that a lot of YouTubers don't tell you is that if you are on YouTube and you're making income, you have to report that on your taxes. So while reporting on your taxes, you could actually put in some items that are either deductible or that you could actually just state it for the record of your quote-unquote business, because it will be classified as a business. It won't be classified as a hobby just yet because you're making some income. So once you actually report what you actually buy for your business, quote unquote, and you have a net loss, it's going to be a thing where it's going to be a little bit of a red flag and you could actually be targeted for an audit. And that's where I'm at currently, because last year I had a net loss. I'm probably going to have to actually look back on it just to make sure I actually put in the numbers correctly. But according to them, I have a net loss, and right there, that's already sending a red flag that I'm going to be at a high risk of being audited. And it's not a joke. There's a penalty, a big old penalty that comes along with that. So it will be another doozy on my end. Financially, it's not going to be great. So if I were to actually buy the computer, I will have to report that computer onto next year's taxes. And if I don't make enough in this year, then it's going to be another network loss or net loss. I don't even remember. Is it network or net? I think it's called net loss. But it's still a big investment to actually get into. A lot of YouTubers don't tell you about this because nobody wants to hear about taxes, but I'm just letting you guys know, if you are making money off of YouTube, you will have to report it in your taxes. It's going to be a miscellaneous form since it's income. So yeah, the IRS means business. So yeah, until I figure out all my taxes, until I figure out everything else, until I actually want to make the risk, I gotta actually make all that money back one way or another. That's why I kind of want to do live streaming. If I get partnered on Twitch, it's gonna help me out a lot. And as well as that, if I were to make somewhat more videos other than Operation Bedrock and Operation Dome, then that's gonna be a little bit more revenue that's coming to me. So just no transparency, if that's the right terminology. When you're making money off of YouTube, it's considered a business. So be aware of that, guys. If you want to become partnered, you're going to have to do some more taxes. But maybe I'll talk more about this at another time, because I don't want to leave it off as a dark note. I'm kind of positive that we will actually get a lot more work done within this week. And then next week, let's see how well things are going to go. I'm really hoping for summer vacation to already be here, so that we'll have 3 extra months to be working on the series. So that's a lot more time. Less time going to school, more time actually getting some more work done. And a lot of my other friends probably will be off from school, and then we could just all hang out in Operation Bedrock and Operation Dome and get a lot of work done. So that's all I could really say. Unless if I've forgotten anything. I'm pretty sure I did not. So, in any case, this is going to be the end of this video. So thank you, RCT Hipster, for joining me in this video.
Yep. Try my best.
Yeah, everybody's tired right now. I pretty much took an hour nap after only getting 5 hours of sleep. So I'm getting sick again, people. That's nothing new. So I'm tired. You're tired from working. Everybody is tired. Just cannot wait for the weekend. So, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like. If you're brand new to the channel, please subscribe. Just in a short little recap, I'm considering buying a computer. I just gotta get my my work together. I got to get everything together so I'll know if I really want to take that investment, because it's going to be a huge investment that I'm going to have to make back. And as well as I want to do some more live streaming at least once a week if I'm able to. I'm going to live stream Operation Bedrock, and then we're going to work on Operation Dome. And let's see if I can actually get my stuff together and get the schedule going and keep up with my schoolwork. That's the most important part. Have a great day, everyone. I'm Sorkin090, and as always, we will see you in the next video. Dang you motorcycles! I'm leaving that in there.